Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Shenanigans Marble Derby Classic number 34. Another 12 races ahead of us. 4 individual crowns to enter those top 3 competitors into the final Derby race. The quadruple crown champion looking to be crowned at the end of the evening. Who will be the victor tonight? Let's find out. On our first race, we've got Scorba, Diablo Black, Seasauce, Foreman, Paradox, Oblivion, Roscales in the first, Pulbury, Tipo, Flats, and Cybernetic Kraken, and Vibe Tonic. Ready to give it their all. So, let's do this. And we're going to try not to forget anything today. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm ready. Ladies and gentlemen, we have begun the very first race of the Shenanigans Marble Derby Classic number 34, and already the marbles are in good spirits and good speed to start this race off proper. We've got Seesaw, Struska, and Paradox trying to get that early lead out of the gate as they go through the first turn. Seesaw Speeda has a pretty good line through the middle. It's going to be Scorba at the top of the peloton with Vibe, Tomic, Cybernetic Kraken, Foreman, Flatson, and Diablo Beck all looking to make it happen. Some blows are exchanging, and Flatson has taken out Vibe Tonic, the defending quadruple crown champion, takes out the rookie. No mercy for the weak or inexperienced here on the Derby. All bar, no held. No bar, all bars held, no bars held. Bars are bars, and helds are halds. And we're going on. It's Paradox through the first turn. In first place with Cybernetic Kraken, Scorba, Diablo, Elson giving chase. Paradox trying to hold the lead as they go to the final stretch of the first lap, but Kraken's holding a pretty good line. More blows exchanging in the middle of the peloton. Foreman and Diablo Beck at the brink of death as Scorba retreats to the inside line. Flatson up the middle with a good boost of speed and a hot burning trail, propelling their marble forward as quickly as possible. The marbles crossing into the second lap, and Paradox holding the lead for now. They got a good line as they go around into the first turn of the second lap. Diablo Beck cuts in towards the middle, Kraken wide to the outside, looking to get a better line on the dismount. The other marbles come crashing down, and Kraken rolls over Foreman with a lawnmower, completely annihilating them and spitting them out the side like a discarded hunk of grass clippings. And Kraken continues to ride that lawnmower down the center of the backstretch. It's going to be Paradox to the inside, now losing their lead as Flatson and Kraken put on the heat. Paradox using that classic green patented trail, and Kraken has overtaken as they go into the final turn, cuts to the inside, and it's Flatson coming up right behind. Elson the first and Scorba both worse for wear, just trying to stay alive, hot in the pack, with Paradox now falling back to 5th place. It's Kraken at first, Flatson behind in second by about 30 to Marble Eggs. It's going to be Elson the first and Scorba exchanging distance as they go through, both fighting for third, now for second. Elson pulls ahead, but Kraken's holding the lead across the way, and it looks like it's going to be Kraken on the bad sprint going down, and it is Kraken taking first place. The other marbles cross the line. Paradox kills Flatson right before the finish, and Seasauce finishes out the race. What a way to start the Shenanigans Marble Derby Classic number 34. Ladies and gentlemen, the second heat of the Paperclip Crown. We've got 13 competitors on the line, ready to go, and a huge blow to Vibe Tonic right out of the gate. Yet again, looks like they just can't catch a break. Oh my goodness, Elson the first has murdered Bulma Kramer right before the beginning of the first turn. I think they've used that lawnmower once again, and that thing is absolutely lethal. Watch out for Elson and their lawnmower in the heats tonight. Coming up into the front, it is a giant slugfest. Paradox, Pulbury, Depot, Seasauce, Foreman, Kraken, and Diablo Beck all slugging it out old-fashioned style. Bare knuckle brawl. Paradox and Pulbury Depot almost brought to the brink of elimination, and Seasauce taking the lead with a good boost of Christmas speed as they shoot to the inside rail. It's Pulbury Depot to the outside of the second turn of the first lap. Foreman and Tonic trying to make a move towards that outside line and a good dismount, but have to watch for the other marbles as they come crashing down. Vibe, Tomic, and Flatson both battling it out as Paradox and Diablo Beck try to make it happen. It's looking pretty good for Seasauce in the front, but Pulbury Depot's found a second win, and they're going to push a lot of speed as they go through into the second lap in first place on the inside rail. It's Vibe Tonic also making a move, not wanting to have the same fate as before. Flatson takes out Scorba. Diablo Beck takes out Paradox. It's an absolute murder fest tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You better tuck your kids in tight as the blood continues to rain out of the track onto this passers-by. It's going to be Pulbury Depot holding that lead, but Seasauce chasing him down with that Christmas spirit. Spirit. They're going to collide as they go to the outside rail. Diablo Beck in third, about 30 marble lengths behind. Vibe Topic, Flatset, and Elson the first, battling for fourth as they try to go through the backstretch. And it looks like Paul Bray puts on the afterburners, leaving a flame trail behind them, blinding Seasauce Media, who careens wildly to the outside rail and tries to find a new line to get through. Elson takes out Flatset. The murdering continues. Only 8 competitors remain. We might have 50% elimination by the time this race is done. Vibe Topic, high bounce off the outside rail. Seasauce going down towards the middle. Paul Bray Tipo holding as fast as they can with a 30 marble length lead as they come to the final stretch. Seasauce, one last push. Cybernetic Kraken, Diablo Beck, and Vibe Tonic all trying to make it happen for third place, but Paul Bray Tipo just uncatchable as they blast it down the final stretch. Diablo Beck does come out in third. Kraken squeaks in fourth, and Vibe Tonic in fifth. Elson will finish, and only 6 marbles of the original 13 managed to cross the line. We might have to pause as the janitors clean up the track from that previous race. There is a lot of damage, but boy, is it fun to watch here on the Derby. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, the third and final race of the Paperclip Crown. What do our competitors have in store for us in this final race? The death toll has been high, near 50% for the entire event so far. Will that trend continue as the marbles fight for position out of the starting gates? A blow to oblivion that goes across the front of the nose, almost taking his face off, and they have to be careful. They're in the thick of it in the back there. It looks like Seasauce has already taken out Diablo Beck, and Oblivion is trying to stay alive here. They've got the green propulsion line, and actually manages to roll over Scorba, and now they're going for Farmer. Oblivion Echoes, blood drunk, punching wildly, just taking out anything around them. I don't even know if they know where they are. They're just swinging for the fences as they follow their own. Huska gonna put on the afterburners and try to leave the competitors in the dust and escape the chaos. And there is Flatson takes out Elsa. Takuyo takes out Oblivion Echoes. It's absolute bloodbath here on the Paperclip Crown. Oh my God, Fab Tonic just murdered Kirazalka with a full-fledged head assault. And it's gonna be absolutely devastating just before we even get to the second lap. Traliska now still in the lead, but only by about 20 marble lengths. Their lead is diminished. Vibe Tonic in second place, rolling with a very unnatural cosmic trail. Takuyo boasting a much stronger Christmas energy than previously seen by Seasauce Mino. Seasauce Mino, though not going to be outdone, comes up in fourth place with the weaker Christmas trail. Paradox and Flatson just happy to be alive, back in the back, and it's 6 out of 13 remaining. Less than half once again. The death toll continuing to hold as the marbles go through the second lap. It's Vibe Tonic still out front. Droska holding second to Kilyo in third. Can Droska get one last afterburner to try to retake the lead before the crowd is over? It's Seasauce in fourth, Paradox in fifth, Flatson in sixth, but all marbles within 100 marble lengths of each other as Vibe Tonic tries to hold the lead going into the final turn. Droska makes a move to the outside. So Vibe Tonic's going to follow them through, and it looks like both marbles having the same line. Kilyo cuts it a little higher, swings for Droska, but Droska saw it coming. They dodged out with a good dismount, but Kilyo's cut to the inside, and it looks like it's going to be 3 wide for the final sprint. Vibe Tonic, Droska to Kilyo. Oh, chasing it down for the final sprint. Vibe Tonic, a little bit more speed. Droska losing it right at the end. Kilyo looking to overtake in second. Droska's losing it right at the end. They're swerving wildly. Vibe Tonic holding it lead, and it's Vibe Tonic holding second. No, wait. Vibe Tonic took first. Ladies and gentlemen, the first of 3 for the Boomerang Crown. We have 16 competitors on the track, and it is going to be heated. I can tell already. Let's get this race underway. Here we go. The marbles crossing the line. Looking for that initial position off the scramble, and Foreman's already taken a lot of damage. Seasauce gets another blow in, but not without taking one back from Foreman themselves. Diablo Beck and Druska also getting a little beat up. Pabre Tipo and Oblivion Echoes trying to hold steady, and the marbles are now going to spread out as they go through the first minor turn. It's Maxon in the lead. Vibe Tonic in second. Foreman in third, and Elson has already taken out Pabre Tipo, and it looks like it's going to continue to be a bloodbath here tonight. Maxon with an unnaturally blue trail using some strange lapis lazuli based technology to propel their marble forward, and it seems to be working, and it seems Oblivion Echoes has caught wind of the same technology, and those two could be working in cahoots. We'll have to keep our eyes on them as the race progresses. They do seem to be side to side, coordinating and staying on opposite sides of each lane. Tamray's out in front in first. It's Flatson in second. Maxon in third. Oblivion Echoes takes out Jakilio. It was a lapis lazuli shard to the neck, and they didn't see it coming, and they're just left bleeding out in the middle of the track, getting run over by all of the marbles crossing the line, and that is a horrible way to go, but it's turf perfectly within the limits of the Derby format. I don't know how, but I'm glad it is. Tammy's still in first as they go around the second minor turn. Seasauce holds second and Flatson holds third. Maxon a little bit further behind in fourth with Oblivion Echoes, Vibe Tonic, and Nelson the first following in line. It looks like it's Tammy's through the turn, trying to get through the second lap in a good position, and it looks like Seasauce is going to try to close that gap with Flatson coming around with a good bend. All the marbles working their way through. Flatson chasing down Seasauce. It's going to be close as they go to the outside wall. Tammy's holding a good line to the outside as well. And now they're putting on a little bit more speed. Seasauce down to the middle. Tammy's across the center, and it looks like Tammy's will have a very comfortable 70 marble length lead as they cross the line into the second lap. Seasauce continuing to fall behind. Flatson seems to have lost their wind. Maxon now streaming ahead with Vibe Topic and Oblivion Echoes both going through. It seems that the material has turned to magenta now, and they're using every color of the rainbow to propel their marbles forward. Oblivion Echoes switches back to the Lapis Lazuli as Vibe Tonic tries to hold but can't do it with their cosmic rainbow power. Flatson to the outside, trying to overtake Seasauce, who continues to lose speed, and I don't even know where Tammy's is. Tammy's so far forward, about 100 marble lengths, looking to get a huge lead on the competitors now as they go through the first major turn. Flatson now in second. Seasauce trying to hold third, but Oblivion Echoes and Maxon are breathing down their neck, and it's almost a near collision with Flatson and Seasauce. Maxon going for Oblivion Echoes. Perhaps they weren't working together after all, and it looks like they're going to be neck and neck in fourth place as they go through into the last minor turn. It's Tammy's holding the lead. Flatson in second. Oblivion Echoes trying to hold third ahead of Seasauce and Maxon, but Tammy's lead continues to dominate the field here as they push through. Flatson trying to hold on the outside line with Oblivion Echoes chasing down their neck, and it looks like it's Vibe Tonic, Scorpio, Druska leading the backpack as we near the end of this first qualifying heat. Tammy's in the lead position as they go to the outside line. It's Flatson holding second, Seasauce holding third, Maxon and Oblivion Echoes. Oh my goodness, almost colliding once again. The coordination not working in their favor, but Maxon has gotten up into fourth place. It's Tammy's still in front, but Flatson has closed the gap by a mile, but a bad bounce on the outside wall completely stalls out their marble. Tammy's seems to be holding. It's the final stretch. Flatson one last boost of speed, but it's too little too late. Tammy's has it, and it's Tammy's in first, Flatson in second, Seasauce in third, and the other marbles will cross the line to finish out the race. The excitement continues here on the 34th Shenanigans Marble Derby Classic. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with 16 racers on the track. Let's see who is going to be putting up some points here on the second of 3 qualifying heats. There they go across the line. Ison the first swings to the inside. Oblivion Echoes gives a blow to Diablo Beck, and Tammy's is going to hold back in fourth. We got a big clump of marbles on the outside, swinging down towards the middle, trying to find a good line through the first minor turn. And Droska's got a good line and good speed. Oblivion Echoes a little too wide. It's going to lose that progress on the dismount. And it is going to be Droska coming out in first as they go to the outside line. Vibe Tonic and Kira exchanging blows back and forth, kicking each other in the shins as they continue to sprint down in second place. Tammy's holding fourth at the top of the peloton with Elson and Diablo Beck, the married pair, right behind. Marbles trying to get through as they work their way around the first major turn. Droska continuing to leave the others in the dust as Kira, Tammy's, and Vibe Tonic continue to fight for second place. Vibe Tonic gets a blow on Tammy's. Tammy's tries to respond, and it looks like it's going to be Elson going for Vibe Tonic, who barely escapes with their life. They've been completely mangled, and they are falling fast as they go back down to fifth place now. And Elson the first with a good boost of speed is looking to hold second through the second minor turn. It's Kirazalka to the wall. Tammy's and Vibe Tonic both going for it. Vibe Tonic with a very good line through the turn continues to push through, and Maxon somehow in sixth place. Is pushing up with that unnatural chromatic trail once again. It's going to be Droska to the outside in first place, but Elson is closing the gap as they go around the last major turn of the first lap. Tammy's in third with Vibe Tonic and Maxon making moves around the bend. Here comes Tukuya with a good boost of speed with the superior Christmas trail, and Kirazalka leading the peloton in the middle. Droska gets a blow on Elson, and Elson's going to try to take first from Droska, but Droska's not letting it go lightly. The mods having it out open field as they cross the line into the second lap, and Elson is putting on the sprinters there as they go through. Look at the speed of Elson cruising into the first minor turn of the second lap, and Droska has no response as of yet. It's Vibe Tonic in third. Tammy's and Tukuyo battling out for fourth. Maxon and Baradon back in sixth place, trying to make something happen as they work their way around the minor turn, but Droska has the lead for now. Tammy's with a good boost of speed to the outside wall. Droska slowing down. Tukuyo and Vibe Tonic overtaking. Droska needs to be careful. They've fallen back into fourth place, and it's Tukuyo, Tammy's, and Vibe Tonic 3 wide as they go for first place into the major major turn. It's Vibe Tonic out in front, running for their lives as they have no health left to spend. I think Elson the First continues to hold a good lead, but Vibe Tonic's going to try to make a move as they go around the bend. Yo and Tabriz battling it out for third. Truska and Vexen trying to get through in the back, and it looks like Elson is continuing to hold a very strong lead out into the second minor turn. Vibe Tonic carrying around in second place. Yo in third. Tabriz and Truska still battling it out, and somehow Maxon still holds six. Elson into the turn, and a very good line from Elson. They cut to the inside with a beautiful line, and that's going to give them a huge lead as they go into the last turn. Tabriz back to fourth. Yo in third. Vibe Tonic needs to be careful as Takeyo's coming up from behind, getting the draft and going on the inside line. Elson the First trying to keep the pace, but Takeyo's got a lot of speed, and they might be able to make something happen before the race is out. Vibe Tonic holding third, barely able to keep themselves together. I think they're rapidly applying duct tape to their chassis just to keep it together for one last stretch as they try to finish out this race, but Truska's coming up from behind Vibe Tonic. Look out, oh my goodness. Truska's coming in once again. Vibe Tonic trying to stay alive. Takeyo can't keep up with Elson. Elson's got the sprinters tonight, and it looks like Elson is going to put on the afterburners right at the last second, and that is a huge lead for Elson to finish as they cross the line. In first place, Takeyo in second, and Truska and Vibe Tonic. Oh my god, Vibe Tonic really playing with fire there, but they managed to stay alive to the end, and the remaining marbles cross the line to finish out the race. Ladies and gentlemen, the third and final race for the Boomerang Crown. 16 marbles on the line once again, and the marbles are off. All the marbles are going to get started with a good lead, but it looks like Kira has the best position going to the outside for that first major line. Tukio, Tamariz, and Seasauce make the move towards the inside. Druska, Peridot, and Iron Lady going to stay back just a little bit. And there's Kira with the good line, trying to make a good boost of speed as they go through the turn. But it looks like the other marbles are going to stay ahead for now. Kraken to the outside with a good sprint on the first major straightaway. It's Tamariz and Seasauce tied for second. Tukilyo in fourth. Druska up the middle, wanting to get a little more placement here, and they're looking to qualify in the Boomerang Crown here tonight. It's Kraken still in the lead, but the speed is high, and Tamariz and Druska continue to put the pressure as we go through the first major turn. Tikio high, Scorba late, and Oblivion Echoes comes down the middle. And it looks like it's going to be an exchange of blows there between Scorba and Oblivion Echoes, but it looks like no damage has been severely dealt. It's Kraken and Tamariz battling it out for first, neck and neck as they go through the second straightaway. Tamariz goes to the outside, Kraken to the inside, and that is a big mistake from Tamariz. They need to cut back in towards the middle to get through the turn. Truska's going to make a move, though, and it's going to be Kraken out ahead of Tamariz, but Truska with a superior line through the turn is really going to close the gap as they go through into second place. A little bit of loss of speed, and Tikio making up a gap from behind, chasing down Droska, trying to get revenge from previous race, and it looks like it's coming out for Tikio's favor this time. And Droska better out as Tikio is out for blood. Here comes Cybernetic Kraken and Tamariz coming around the bend. Tikio's holding the lead. Droska back in fourth place, but not out of it yet as we still have an entire lap left to go. Oblivion Echoes takes out Diablo Beck in the back, and it looks like Kraken's now chasing down Tikio with Tamariz holding third. Druska making the fourth place position as they go through the final stretch of the first lap, and it looks like we're coming up into the second lap with Takuyo in the lead, but not by much. Tamariz takes a sprint to the outside, Kraken to the inside. Tamariz cuts down and gets a blast on Takuyo. Druska staying back in the fourth place position, just trying to qualify for points and forming up in fifth place now from nowhere, and the other marbles are making their move as well. Here comes Kraken, Tamariz, Takuyo, Druska, four wide as they go to the final first straightaway of the second lap. Foreman staying back in fifth for now, but they look to be making a move as soon as this turn is through. Druska gets a good boost of speed, but they're on the inside of the turn, and they're going to lose a little bit on the dismount there. A lot of speed loss on the dismount. Tikio looking to capitalize, but Tamariz, Forward, and Kraken still bring it up from behind. Iron Lady now in fifth place. Looks like Oblivion Echoes coming around as well. I think, no, Foreman's up in fourth now, looking to get into third. Tamariz falling back just a little bit. But Trahuska has the lead, and they really want to hold on to this so that they can qualify for the Boomerang Crown. It's Takuyo in the second place position, trying to get first, and here comes a line from Foreman. Foreman's breaking late and making a good... Oh my god! Takuyo takes a sledgehammer to Trahuska's temple and crushes their skull against the outside rail. Absolutely brutal! And Takuyo is really here to make a statement. Poor Trahuska was just trying to qualify and couldn't hold it out of the end. Foreman now in second. Tamariz with a good good boost of speed up the line, trying to swing for Tequilio this time. But Tequilio sees it coming, dodges with a good line to the outside. Tamarys high on the wall. Foreman coming out to the end. And we might have a good sprint as we go to the final straightaway. It's Tequilio at first. Tamarys at second. Foreman at third. Iron Lady and Kraken battling it out for fourth place in the back. Foreman pulls ahead of Tamarys, but Tequilio's got the speed and distance. It's looking like it's all said and done for Tequilio across the line. And it's Tequilio all the way. Foreman at second. Tamarys in third. And the remaining marbles will cross the line to finish out the race. Tequilio really earned the first place finish there. Jahuska, rest in peace. Better luck in the next crown. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, the Delta Crown. Who will be our three advancers to the Quadruple Crown Derby race? Only one way to find out, and that is to run these races. 15 hungry competitors ready to give it their all as we go into the first race. It's Tamarys and Obliviacos and Maxon with the early lead. Kraken holding the back with the Yellowback, Iron Lady, Elson first, Kira, Zalka, Tequilio, and Foreman all in it for now. Peridot and Jahuska trying to find the line through up the middle, and it looks like, oh no, Tequilio takes out Jahuska again with another sledgehammer to the temple. Oh my goodness, the bad blood between those two continues to prosper through the races, and that is not going to be good for Jahuska. Tequilio has really got it out for her. She's going to have to come up with a counter strategy sometime before the end of these races, or it is not going to end well for her. Kraken in the lead, but Tamarys is right beside as they go through the second turn. It's Obliviacos leading the pack, with Max and Diablobeck, Kira, Foreman, and Peridot all fighting for that third place position. Kraken goes up through the middle. Tamarys cuts to the inside rail as they go into the final turn of the first lap, and Tamarys seems to be losing a little bit of line and speed. Kraken with a very good line keeps the composure as they go around that final bend. Here comes Obliviacos and Maxon trying to get through once again using those lapis lazuli trails, and it could be actually working now. The kinks worked out, the engine's refurbished, and it looks like they're ready to put it all to the test as they go through the final straightaway of the first lap. And Obliviacos has really figured it out this time. They're gonna barely be behind, but now they've taken first as they cross the line. Kraken in second, Tamarys in third, and the three are sprinting at a mad dash for the first turn, and it looks like Maxon's not too far behind. Tamarys up high on the wall, Kraken down to the middle. Obliviacos keeps the inside edge as they now convert the outside into the second line. And it looks like Obliviacos is going to maintain the lead for now, but not by much. Kraken behind by 5 lengths in second. Tamarys falls back to the inside wall by about 15 or 20 lengths behind. Kraken and Obliviacos continue to swap positions as they go through the second turn. Tamarys puts on a boost of speed as they go around the bend, cuts to the middle, gets ahead of Obliviacos, but these three are not done yet, and there's still half a lap left to go. It's Kira in fourth, Maxon in fifth, and Foreman in sixth place as they all work their way through, and it looks like they're all coming out to the straight edge here as they go to the final turn. Obliviacos once again coming around. They're actually using gold now to propel their engine, and it seems that the high density material is working in its favor. It's turned to molten liquid, and now they're pumping out lava behind them, and Tamarys has nothing to do but stay back for their own safety. Obliviacos converting into the magenta line as they go to the final stretch, and Obliviacos has really worked out the kinks of that experimental engine, and much to their advantage as they take the race with a commanding lead of 30 marble legs. Tamarys has to settle for second, and the remaining marbles will cross the line. Vibe Tonic, I think, got a little lost, was stopping to pet a puppy, but they finally remembered to finish the race, and we move on to the second race of the Delta Crown. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the second race of the Delta Crown. Let's see what's going to happen on this race. 15 marbles at the starting gate. Lots of marbles far behind. Only Foreman, Flatson, and Kira at the front line. But as you can see, those positions change rapidly as they all fight for position going through the first straightaway. It's Flatson in the lead with a very strong boost of speed right out of the gate. Jahuska, Iron Lady, and Foreman going to be holding second for now. Looks like it's Peridot, Tequilio, Ryan, Tamarys, Kira, and Vibe Tonic holding that line as they go through the first turn. And it looks like Jahuska and Flatson are going to be continuing to exchange position as they go into the next straightaway. Iron Lady holding third at the top of the peloton. A lot of marbles close for fourth place. Vibe Tonic starts to put in a little bit of speed. That experimental quantum rainbow engine seems to be putting in some work now as they try to overtake Jahuska, but Flatson continuing to just push that Comet as hard as it can as they go through the second turn with a good 60 marble length lead. Vibe Tonic, though, with a tremendous amount of speed, catching some air as they go around the bend, coming down, crashing. Looks like Jahuska trying to take out some frustration. Foreman takes out Scorba somewhere in the middle of the pack, and Ryan now with a good boost of speed as they go to the outside line. Flatson seems to have burned too hard. The engine overheated, and they've stalled out back into 6th place and 7th now as Vibe Tonic overtakes. Kira and Ryan now battling for first as Vibe Tonic tries to hold third. Flatson regroups and now gets back into 4th place. Foreman holding third as they go to the inside rail. Iron Lady and Vibe Tonic back and back at 6th place as Flatson goes to the outside line trying to recover their losses. Ryan now crosses the line in 1st place with Kira holding 2nd. Flatson back at 3rd and Iron Lady in 4th. And it looks like they're going through the first turn, holding a good distance between them all. Here comes Vibe Tonic once again, continues to go for this tide-like effect where they sweep forward and fall back repeatedly, but it seems to be having a net loss as they struggle to keep pace with the lead marbles. Sequillo, the one out for blood, swinging that sledgehammer into the temples of all the competitors around them, narrowly misses Vibe Tonic, who dodges to the inside rail, but Vibe Tonic is now going to be even further behind those lead marbles. In the front, Flatson, Kira, and Ryan continue to switch places. Iron Lady now getting in the mix as well, about 20 marble lengths behind in 4th place. Vibe Tonic now in 5th, Tukio in 6th, Foreman in 7th, Droska with a good boost of speed trying to get those points, and it looks like Ryan is going to take the lead as Kira stalls out a little bit on the inside rail. Flatson to the outside, falls back to 3rd. Oh no, Flatson's overheated a 2nd time. Iron Lady now in 3rd place, and Flatson could be out of this race as we go into the final stretch here for the 2nd race of the Delta Crown. It's Ryan in front by about 30 marble lengths. Kira Zalka holding 2nd. Iron Lady ahead of Flatson as they go through this straightaway. Kira tried to do something, but it's too little, too late. Ryan's got it, and Ryan will take the 1st place finish here on the 2nd race. Flatson going to settle for 4th place, and Drahuska finishing in the top 10. It's a miracle. Ladies and gentlemen, the final Delta race for the Delta Crown qualifying triple stash dash. It's Tequillo. Ryan and Kira out in front once again. Kira gets an early hit on Ryan, and Peridot and Iron Lady are also going to try to be in the mix. Kira and Tequillo collide. Kraken kills Diablo Beck. And I don't think Elsa the First is going to take too kindly to that, and they better be watching themselves for the remainder of this competition. It's Ryan in the lead as they go through the first turn. Iron Lady and Kira swinging for each other with the iron gauntlets, trying to leave as strong a mark as possible on the other, but it looks like Oblivion Echoes comes up from behind and gets another one on Iron Lady, who is now just trying to stay alive. It's Kira in 2nd, out for blood on Iron Lady. Oblivion Echoes holding that line as well. Kraken in 4th, moves to the inside, and there goes Elsa gunning for Kraken. I told you to watch out, and Elsa has got blood in their eyes as they are going for Kraken with no regard for their own safety. Kira gets knocked out by Kraken, and it looks like Iron Lady's now back into 2nd place as Oblivion Echoes challenges on the 2nd straightaway. Kira going to the outside rail. Kraken holding 4th place for now, but Elsid right behind in 5th place, just staring them down with daggers shooting out of their eyes. I would say figuratively, but at this point I think it might be literally. It's Kira around the bend into the last stretch of the first lap, holding that lead by about 20 marble lengths, but they've got a bad line to the inside edge. It's Iron Lady to the outside in 2nd with a good boost of speed. Oblivion Echoes holding 3rd, Kraken in 4th, Druska in 5th, Peridot in 6th, and Elsit still chasing down Kraken with all their might. Vibe Tonic trying to get in on the action as well as they cross the line to the 2nd lap, but Iron Lady still has the strong lead as they go around the bend into the 2nd straightaway. Kira holding 2nd, just trying to stay alive. Oblivion Echoes has done a lot of damage, but no eliminations just quite yet at the front of the pack, but we could see one before this race is out. It's Peridot, Druska, Vibe Tonic, Elsit, Kraken, and Ryan all jumbled for 4th place as they go through the 2nd turn. Blows between Elsit and Kraken, and Elsit has to be watching out because Kraken's coming up from behind for him. Druska trying to get out of the way. Elsit's cleared up into 4th place, and it's Oblivion Echoes making the move on the 2nd turn. Garazalka holding 2nd, Iron Lady in 3rd, and a huge swing of marbles as they all pile through the 2nd turn, trying to fight for position on the last half of the last lap. It's Oblivion Echoes holding that lead, but Kira's got a good boost of speed on the inside line. Iron Lady comes up from 3rd to 2nd as they try to overtake around the final bend. Elsit the first coming through. It looks like Elsit's true victory is going to be trying to get first. They get a blow. Oh my God! Iron Lady smashes Kirazalka with one more gauntlet punch to the back, and that is going to leave them in a crumpled heap on the side of the track, and they've got a huge boost of speed coming off of the morale boost, and Iron Lady, not to be messed with, really showing dominance on that final straightaway, and Kraken, I think, snuck ahead of Oblivion Echoes right at the last second, trying to outdo Elsa the first. Elsa not able to avenge the death of their wife, but Iron Lady really putting on some good moves there in the final race. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are on the final crown, the Turtle Crown. 3 races left for our marbles to qualify for a position in the Quadruple Crown Derby. Let's see who's going to come out on top. Here we go. The 15 marbles scrambling across the line for initial position before they go into the first turn. It's Oblivion Echoes, and Elsa the first with Foreman in the lead. It's going to be Kraken, Flatson, Diablo, Beck, Iron Lady, Ryan, Droska, Survive, Tonic, Tamriz, Kira, Zalka, Peridot, Scorba, and Duke Yo-Yo, all going for position as they go through the first turn. Elsa the first, high on the outside, gonna let Oblivion Echoes overtake as they go through. Iron Lady in third, Flatson and Foreman battling for fourth, Diablo back in fifth. Going into the box turns now. Oblivion Echoes has the lead, but they've got a very bad line. Elsa the first with the better line, gonna try to cut ahead into second place, but the brute speed of Oblivion Echoes seems to be doing it all for them right now. They've already got 2 finalized entries into the Derby race, going for a third here in the Turtle, and right now it's looking like they might pull it off. Iron Lady, Elsa the first, Foreman, Flatson, and Vibe Topic, all going for second place as they go through the second box turn. Oblivion Echoes already through the third box turn, a full turn ahead of the other competitors as they go through, but here comes Elsa with another good turn. Oblivion Echoes just going for brute speed as the other marbles are trying to capitalize on better lines, and here we go into the final box turn to get ourselves into the long bend. It's Oblivion Echoes by about 60 to 70 marble length lead in first place. Here comes Scorba in second. Vibe Tonic trying to cut towards the inside line with Cybernetic, Kraken, and Flatson in the mix as well. Flatson a little bit worse for wear as they go to the inside line trying to take out Vibe Tonic, and Vibe Tonic's going to take a big hit from Flatson as they overtake into fourth place and now going for third ahead of Cybernetic Kraken. Oblivion Echoes' huge lead is now cut down by a short little length as Scarba is now screeching ahead with those better lines through the turns, going through the wide bend as they lined up for the final pend here. The hairpin turn, and we'll see if they can keep it all together. Kraken goes for that boost in the second, neck and neck with Scorba, rubbing up on each other, and there, finally a blow given from Kraken to Scorba. Scorba's going to back off, having gotten the message from Kraken, and Kraken now trying to take down Oblivion Echoes as they go into the hairpin. Here comes Echoes through the first turn, and it looks like it's a good line so far, but Kraken's got the speed, and Scorba recovers as they go to the inside edge. Flatson back in fourth, Vibe Tonic in fifth, Elson in sixth as they go through into the hairpin turn. It's all going to come down to the line as they try to line it up for the second lap. Scorba with a huge lead, but they don't have the line. Here comes Oblivion Echoes with a good boost of speed once again, overtakes Scorba. Scorba's going to have trouble holding them back. Kraken trying to stay up in the fight, but Vibe Tonic's giving them a run for their money as it's now 4 going for it as they go through the final stretch into the second lap. Oblivion Echoes retakes first. Scorba backs off into the inside edge. Vibe Tonic's now in third, looking to overtake Scorba in second. Flatson in fourth, now overtaking Elson. Elson fading fast back with Cybernetic Kraken as Oblivion Echoes crosses the line for first place into the second lap. It's Vibe Tonic now in second with a strong lead on Flatson. Flatson in third, Scorba back in fourth, and the leaders seem to be fading fast except for Oblivion Echoes, who continues to just go for the brute strength method. It's Vibe Tonic with another good dismount off the edge. Flatson with another good dismount off the edge, trying to close the gap on Oblivion Echoes, but they keep putting in the distance every time there's a straightaway. Vibe Tonic and Flatson to the outside for the turn, trying to get that perfect line through the box quarters, but Oblivion Echoes' speed continues to be something they just cannot match. It's Flatson in second, trying to chase him down. Oblivion Echoes, and I'm going to sneeze into second here. Got it. Oblivion Echoes now goes through the second box corner as they go into the third. Flatson to the inside, trying to cut him off, and it looks like it's going to be Vibe Tonic back in third place. Here comes Flatson to the inside, closes the gap on Oblivion Echoes one more time. Iron Lady takes out Tamriz somewhere in the back on Oblivion Echoes. Somehow has pulled it all together as they go into the final box corner here, but Flatson might have one last answer up their sleeve. Vibe Tonic, Scarba, Foreman, and Elson the first, battling for third, but a mile out right now. Vibe Tonic going for one last ditch shot effort as they go screaming for the wall to the outside. Flatson tries to hold it, and it's actually worked for Vibe Tonic. Flatson's going the wrong way. I don't know if Flatson can keep it all together. A little punch struck there from the blows they've taken earlier in the match. They seem to be fading as they go to the outside of the wide bend, and Vibe Tonic's trying to chase down Oblivion Echoes as we go into the final hairpin turn. Flatson in third, Scorba in fourth, Elson the first and fifth, and Foreman back in sixth place. But all eyes right now on Oblivion Echoes, who is just brute forcing this track with no regard for strategy of any kind, and it seems to be working. Vibe Tonic trying to hold second, but they are losing speed every straightaway that is out here, and Oblivion Echoes continues to put the speed down as they go to the outside edge. Oblivion Echoes going for the fences right now as they go through into the final hairpin, and Vibe Tonic seems to not have an answer at all. Flatson in third, trying to close the gap. Foreman, Scorba, and Elson battling for fourth as they go around the bend into the hairpin, but Oblivion Echoes' distance is just too much to close for these marbles here as we approach the final straightaway, and Oblivion Echoes continues to put the speed as they go into the final bend. Here comes Scorba overtaking Vibe Tonic. Elson the first back in the fight as well. Elson's actually pulled second now. Scorba in third, Vibe Tonic in fourth, Flatside back in fifth place. Oblivion Echoes trying to hold the lead, but here comes Elson the first with one last ditch effort to regain some position. Scorba's going to try to overtake second place as they go to the final stretch. Oblivion Echoes lead a little bit short here, but they're going to keep it to the final race to finish it out in first place. Scorba does overtake Elson for second. Elson settles for third, and the remaining marbles will finish out the race with a huge spread across the line, but a great way to start the Turtle Crown, the final crown of the Quadruple Crown Championship. On this one, there we go, 14 marbles across the line, scrambling for position as they make a move for position into the first turn. It's Oblivion Echoes in front on the inside line. Cybernetic Kraken, Iron Lady, and Droska with Kira up in the mix as well. Foreman and Scorba a little bit further back, exchanging blows as they sorted out in through the first turn, and Kraken seems to have the good line coming down into the box corners. Droska with a good boost of speed holds first for now. Iron Lady to the inside in third. Kira Zalka to the outside in fourth. The marbles trying to swing for position as they work their way into the box quarters, and Droska has the lead for now, but it's a lot closer than it was in the previous race with Oblivion Echoes leading the line. Here comes Droska to the outside. Kira Zalka in second. Iron Lady going to try to cut him off, and Kraken with a beautiful line to the inside edge. Didn't even touch the bank, but loses the speed on the dismount on the back wall. They're going to have to do that one more time to stay ahead of Droska, and it looks like they just can't quite hit the corner as they need to, and Droska will hold the lead as they go through into the final box corner. And it's Oblivion Echoes in second, and Scorba in third, Kraken in fourth, and Kira Zalka in fifth place with Iron Lady and Nelson the first, not too far behind. Kraken up the middle, trying to hold second for now as they go through into the next section, the long bend. And it looks like Kraken is holding second for now, but Scorba's got a good boost of speed and retakes second right away. Droska to the outside of the wide bend, seems to be fading fast as they go through. Here comes Kraken in second place, Oblivion Echoes in fourth, trying to overtake into third, but Droska's going to regain some speed and looking to be putting Kraken back into third place. An exchange of blows between the two, both of them knocking down. Scorba holding first for now, but there's not a lot of distance between them and the other three marbles that are chasing him down through the wide bend. And we're going to go into the next straightaway before we get our way into the hairpin turn. It's Tukyo and Elsa leading the peloton in the back with Kira, Iron Lady, Vibe Tonic, Ryan, Powerman, Peridot, Diablo Beck, and Jambries in tow, but Droska, Scorba, and Kraken continue to dominate the field as they go for the hairpin turn. Kraken with a beautiful line through the turn once again, getting a huge boost of speed as they go through, and that is really going to put them out in front by about 70 marble lengths as they go into the hairpin turn. Scorba, Oblivion Echoes, and Droska trying to find an answer, but for now there is nothing, and they're going to be chasing down Cybernetic Kraken as they go into the second lap here. Elson the first, closing the gap. In fifth place with Tukio and Kira, not too far behind. Scorba to the outside with the Oblivion Echoes holding up the middle. Droska swings in as well, but Kraken is really putting on the speed. That afterburner working overtime right now. You can see the flames shooting out of Cybernetic Kraken's vehicle, and they are well over 100 marble lengths ahead of the competition. Kraken seems to be adopting the brute force speed strategy as we saw in the previous race, and it is working in flying colors as we can barely keep track of the other marbles while keeping Kraken in frame. Kraken around the bend in the box quarter. Here comes Scorba in second, Elson the first and third, Oblivion Echoes in fourth, and there comes Diablo Beck, Droska, Tukio, Kira, and Ryan around the bend in the second lap, trying to find good position as they go into the box corners. Kraken trying to hold on to that lead, but they seem to be losing a little bit of speed as they go through the corner. Elson the first and Scorba around the bend, and it looks like Oblivion Echoes holding fourth for now. Kraken into the lead as they go through in that second of the four box quarters. Oblivion Echoes overtakes Elson the first and Scorba. They're looking to do it once again. It's Oblivion Echoes looking to dominate the entire derby here tonight. They very well could. Vibe Tonic takes out Peridot somewhere in the back, relieving some frustrations as Cybernetic Kraken finds another beautiful line through the box corners. They did this once before. They're doing it again, and the line is magnificent. The lead not as great as it was before, but still close to 100 marble lengths as they go to the final box quarter turn. It's Scorba in second, Nelson the first and third, Diablo back and forth, and Oblivion Echoes. Oh my goodness, Oblivion Echoes is actually rapidly deteriorating before our very eyes. Their vehicle dismantling in front of us as the heat of the engine and the exhaust is completely melting the infrastructure of their vehicle, and they seem to be failing fast as they fall back into 7th place with Kira overtaking on the inside edge. It's Kraken now out in front. Elson the first in second, but Takeo and Scorba overtake as they go through the wide bend. Diablo Beck and Kira Zonka still trying to put on some pressure here. Diablo Beck, who's been getting shut out for most of the races tonight, is now making a move for second place. They go around the wide bend. Elson the first going to try to give some moral support from behind, but here comes Takeo and Scorba trying to break it up. Oh my goodness, Scorba just slams on the brakes in front of Elson the first, slamming him back. Oh my goodness, but Kira's not going to have it. Comes from the side and gives a side swipe from the machete, and that's going to do it for him, and they are out of here. Elson the first reunited with the Appleback thanks to the interference of Kira Rizalka, who now takes third, and Kraken's going to hold second, trying to chase down Takeo. Kraken, who had a magnificent lead, just couldn't keep it hold, and now Takeo is overtaking with superior Christmas energy, and they're going to go around the hairpin turn with a pretty good line. Kraken trying to hold that position, but they don't have the same line as Takeo. Takeo gets the speed. Kraken's going to need one more boost as they go through, and it's all going to come down to the final stretch as Takeo and Simon to Kraken neck and neck. Kraken takes the lead as they go to the inside. Takeo on the outside tries to close the gap, trying to get one last boost of speed before they go up to the final finish. But Simon and Kraken seems to put it all together. Takeo to the inside, so too little too late for Takeo, and it's got to be Kraken taking the lead with a final sprint to the finish. Takeo second, Kira third, and the remaining marbles cross the line to finish out the second to last race. Ladies and gentlemen, it all comes down to this, the final qualifying race for the Turtle Crown and for the Quadruple Crown Derby. Let's see who will come out on top. We've got 13 marbles crossing the line, fighting for position as they try to get into the first turn. Elsa the first trying to find that victory one last time as they go out in front. It's Kira in second. Oblivion Echoes still being strong up in third with Vibe Tonic, who's been having a lot of trouble holding that lead position, but now they go through the turn in second place, and it could be a good run for Vibe Tonic here. All the marbles scrambling as they go through the bend. Looks like Takeo squeaks through Peridot on the outside. Vibe Tonic swerves to the outside edge of the next turn. Oblivion Echoes up through the middle, and Elsa the first with a good boost of speed, try and hold the line, and Elsa the first just goes straight through Takeo, and that is going to be probably revenge for earlier. That is an absolutely vindictive blow there to Takeo, but I can't say they didn't have it coming. Elsa the first coming off the blood trail as they go into first place through the box quarters. Oblivion Echoes was holding second, but they've lost a lot of speed on the dismount, and Peridot overtakes, putting them back into third. It's Scorba on the inside in fourth, Ryan in fifth, right out the back, and here comes Dabbleback, Vibe Tonic, and Kira leading the rest of the pack through the way. Elsa the first into the final corner of the box turns, and it looks like Peridot's got a good boost of speed, but maybe not as good of a line. Elson drifts wide though, and that's not going to be good for Elson. Where are they going? Completely wrong direction through the turn, but Peridot gets a bad bounce off the wall. Scorba up through the middle, and all three marbles completely negating the success they had earlier in the box quarters, and they're now going to be neck and neck as they go to the wide bend. Here comes Ryan in fourth, Kira in fifth, then Oblivion Echoes, Diablo Beck, and Vibe Tonic, all making their way around the wide turn as they work their way towards the hairpin turn. Elson the first continues to hold the lead, but Peridot is giving chase about 20 to 30 marble lengths behind. And then we've got Ryan, Scorba, and Kira further behind in third place. Diablo Beck and Oblivion Echoes with Vibe Tonic bringing up that middle pack. Kraken Droska in the back with Foreman and Tamariz just happen to be alive, trying to get some last minute points before the race is over. Here comes Elson through the turn. Peridot tries to cut him off, but will it work? No, they've missed the line, but they've got a lot of speed on the dismount, and now going to be neck and neck with Elson as they go into the hairpin. Peridot on the inside, Elson on the outside. Could be a good line for Elson, but they're going to need a little bit more speed to catch up to Peridot. Peridot up the wall as they come down. Elson the first to the inside edge, and both marbles looking for good position, but Peridot has the speed, and that's going to put them in first place as they go into the final stretch for the second lap, and it's looking pretty good for Peridot as they put on a lot of speed. Elson the first holds second, Kira in third, leading the pack in the middle, with Ryan, Scorba, Vibe Tonic, Oblivion Echoes, and Diablo Beck all in it for points right now. Peridot with a 100 marble length lead through the straightaway across into the second lap. Elson the first trying to find an answer, but there is a huge gap now between Peridot and Elson the first, and even further between the remaining marbs. Kira in third, Ryan in fourth, Scorba, Vibe Tonic, Oblivion Echoes, and Diablo Beck just trying to stay alive as they go through the turn. Elson the first trying to close the gap on Peridot. Peridot wide to the outside, Elson to the inside. He might overtake, but Peridot could have the line through the turn as they go to the first box corner, and it looks good for Peridot. Elson the first going to slow down quite a bit. But here comes Scorba, Ryan, and Kira from behind. All three now challenging Peridot and Elson the first. They have to be careful if they want to hold the position as they go through the remaining box corners. It's Peridot in first, Elson in second, but Scorba has over overtaken. Ryan from behind with a good smoke trail, pushing out some speed from the back. And Peridot has lost first. It's Elson now at first. Scorba challenging in third. Ryan back in fourth place as they go to the third box corner. And Scorba's got the inside edge, and they're going to come out on top. Peridot holding second place for now. Elson back to third. Scorba in first place, but Elson's got a huge boost of speed as they go to the final box corner. Ryan in fourth. Kara in fifth. Vibe Tonic in sixth. Diablo back in sixth. And there's some blows exchanged by the leaders. Scorba going to take a hit. Elson the first takes a hit, and Peridot takes a hit. All three now at about two-thirds south as they work their way into the wide bend. It's Scorba now in the lead. Peridot trying to regain, but in second for now. Elson the first, right behind in third, and Ryan's now starting to make a move as well. The four marbles streaming through the wide bend, trying to keep their lines and speed up, but here comes Peridot up behind Elson. Elson needs to be careful. Peridot's looking to mow him down. They've got him right behind. Oh my goodness, a huge blow right there to Peridot from Elson. A little bit of a back kick to the sternum, and Peridot's going to have to regroup and rethink their strategy. No, they're going to try it again. Did they not learn from the first time? Elson the first looking to put Peridot out of their misery if Peridot's not careful. Peridot now backing off to the outside edge. Elson the first holding the line in second. Scorba holding first, and the marbles are going through the turn with Ryan and Vibe Tonic coming up from behind. Here comes Scorba. A bad bounce off the wall. Lets Peridot retake first place all the way at the last stretch. Here comes Elson the first and second. Vibe Tonic out of nowhere coming up through the back. And look at the speed of Vibe Tonic and Ryan overtaking Scorba. Elson the first who seemed to have just gassed it too hard and have nothing left in the tanks to finish out the race. It's Peridot trying to hold first, but Vibe Tonic and Ryan chasing him down. 100 marble length lead coming down to about 20 at the final stretch as we go into it, but Peridot's got one more boost hidden up their sleeve. Peridot putting all the speed out on the track, fighting for their lives, but a respectable push from Vibe Tonic and Ryan at the last second. Peridot in first, Vibe Tonic in second, Ryan in third. Elson and Scorba going to have to settle for fourth and fifth respectively. And that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, for the qualifying races here tonight. Thank you for joining us. Let's get into the final race. Ladies and gentlemen, we now enter the Shenanigans Marble Derby Classic Quadruple Crown Race number 34. Oblivion Echoes with 2 entries, Crack with 2 entries, Vibe Tonic with 2 entries, Elsa the Verse, Tequila, Iron Lady, Tamari, Sea Sauce, and Scorbo, each with 1 entry. But there can be only one winner, and that winner is decided now. The marbles are off and away they go, looking for a good position to go through. Scorbo with a very wandering line across it. Kraken with a strange line as well. And it looks like Kraken and Scorbo could have a really rough start as they get their way into the Derby race. It's Tamra's out in front with a comfortable lead to start, but they have to get through the bends. Here comes Sea Sauce, mid of Vibe Tonic and Iron Lady on the inside line trying to make it count. Kraken up into 5th. It's Tequila, Oblivion Echoes, and Vibe Tonic battling for 6th place as they work their way around the first turn. It's Tabriz holding that lead, but Sea Sauce about 10 marble lengths behind in second. Vibe Tonic 10 behind in third. Iron Lady holding fourth. Here comes Kraken up the line in 5th. Here come back. It's Elsa the first pushing another marble. Kraken and Scorba still in the back trying to sort it out as they all fight for position in the back stretch. It's Tabriz still in the lead. Sea Sauce though continues to close the gap. Vibe Tonic on the outside pushing ahead with Cybernetic Kraken making a move as well. Iron Lady to the inside. Tukio up the middle with Oblivion Echoes and Elsa the first just trying to find a line as they work their way into the second turn. It's Tamri's up through the inside edge. The other marbles swinging around. Tukio seems to have a pretty good line. Kraken cuts to the inside edge, and look at the line from Kraken as they swing it into the inside edge all the way across the turn, and it looks like they're going to come out in about 4th place right now as they go into the final stretch of the first lap, but they've got to hold that speed if they want to keep it going. It's Tamri's up the outside edge. Sea Sauce in second. Vibe Tonic holding the middle. All pushing for position, and it looked like Vibe Tonic had a good boost of speed, but they bumped Tamri's ahead as they line it up for the second lap to get this going into the second half. It's Tamri's barely holding on. Vibe Tonic and Sea Sauce neck and neck as they cross the line to the second lap. Going into the second turn, it's looked like Cybernetic Kraken's holding 4th for now. Iron Lady in 5th. Tequila, Vibe Tonic, Oblivion Echoes, and Elsa the first. Not too far behind as they make their way through. Oblivion Echoes, Kraken, and Scorba still in the back, just struggling to keep it together as they go into the first turn of the second lap. It's going to be a free-for-all for that first place position. Tamri's now in the mix as well. Sea Sauce pulls ahead by a nose. It's Vibe Tonic right behind in second. Kraken and Tamri's neck and neck for third. And here comes Iron Lady and the others coming around the bend with a good boost of speed, trying to make it count as they go to the back stretch of the second lap. It's Vibe Tonic and Sea Sauce still neck and neck. Tamri's and Cybernetic Kraken side by side, giving it all they've got. They're cracking the whips in the back of the horses, going as hard as they possibly can. Vibe Tonic to the inside. Tamri's trying to find that sweet spot, cracking around the inside as well. Else is the first and fifth place, holding that inside line, and they're all coming around into the final turn to put it all to the gates here. We're going to see who's going to come out on top for the quadruple championship. Here we go. Vibe Tonic, Sea Sauce, Tamariz. Oh my goodness, Oblivion Echo, Sea Sauce with a huge boost of speed up the outside turn. And now we got 6 marbles all in the chase. Takuyo in it as well. Takuyo with a good boost of speed overtakes into 7th place now. Not too far behind the leaders. Sea Sauce and Vibe Tonic still neck and neck as they go to the outside edge. Oh, and Sea Sauce gets the bounce off of Vibe Tonic. Sea Sauce, Cybernet Kraken gets the bounce off of Tamariz. And it's a 3-wide spread. And Sea Sauce in the middle. Kraken out the second, Tamariz the third, but Sea Sauce holds. And it's Sea Sauce by 1 marble length ahead for the victory across the line. What a race right up into the last second. Almost pulling off a comeback at the end there, but Sea Sauce holds the victory.